Hello everyone. Now I am coming with a new video of STAD Pro Connect Edition. That is, I am analyzing a frame in the STAD Pro. So for this frame analysis, I am going to consider a 2D, two-story single bay frame. Okay, so let us see the properties of the frame. So this is a two-story single bay frame having a bay width of 5 meter. It is a 2D frame having each story height of 5 meter and subjected to lateral load of 20 kilonewton at top and 40 kilonewton at uh, first story, ground story. So we will first model this frame into STAD Pro and then we will analyze for this lateral load only. So I will give the name of file, that is frame analysis, and then I will select the unit metric, selecting the type as analytical. Again, I will treat this structure as a skeletal structure because I will draw this element of the structures. So I'll create the structure first. Going to structure grid, I will again go with the grid only because going into structural wizard will not be required because it is consisting of very less members which I can draw it here in the structural grid. Here the first bay I will draw of 5 meter height, 5 meter bay width, and then again here. Then next again I will make add a beam. I will go to beam grade. I will make the second story of it. So this is how I have made the mesh of this frame. Then next I will go to the properties. I will define the properties. In that example, the value of EI given was constant. So that means we have to say, select the same cross-sectional property of all the elements, that is beams and columns. So I will define that property. I will assume any appropriate cross-section of the concrete. So I will define it, a rectangular cross-section. Let us assume the square cross section for this. So I will go with, generally for beams we will not take the square cross section, for columns we will go for square cross section, but here the EI value is given same. The I value of the column may be different in different orientation, so that's why I will take the square column for this frame. So that is, let us say, zero point 0.3 by 0.3 I will take. So same for a beam, it will get assigned. So I will add it. Now it is, this cross section has been created in the STAD Pro. Now I have to assign it. So I have to assign it to the whole frame. So that's why I will not select the frame. I will click to the here, that is assigned to view. So I will click assign and it is assigned. You can see by right clicking on the screen and you can see the 3D rendered view of this frame whether the cross section is assigned or not. Here the cross section is assigned successfully. So I will close this tab and then we will go to the supports. So in that frame the supports given was the fixed support, so we will create the fixed support first. So in the supports, fixed support is already there, which is having restraint, that is the reactions will be generated in all the six orientation, that is six, three translation and three rotational reactions. So I will just add it, and now where to assign it. So at the bottom nodes I will select the bottom node, select the support, and assign to selected nodes. I will press that tab and you have to click on assign. So properties, cross-sectional properties are also assigned, and next support is also assigned. Now we will go to loading. So we will see the diagram once again. So in that diagram there are only 2 point loads. So that point loads are acting at a junction that is called as a node. These nodes are already defined in the STAD Pro, so you can directly select the nodal load. That is a point load, but it is a nodal load that is acting in the x direction, that is positive x direction. So one is 20 kilonewton and one is 40 kilonewton. So we will create it first. So I will create a load case. These two loads are acting simultaneously, so they should be included in only first one load case. So I will create a single load case, that is load case one. Let it be a type of none. So in the load case 1, I am going to add 2 point loads. So that is, I will going to select add, then go to nodal load, that is at node. So that is in the x direction, that is positive x direction. One is 20 kilonewton. You have to select 20, that is positive 20, and then you have to click add. So it is added in the back screen. Next, go to 40 kilonewton. So you have to just press add and close this tab. So for 20 kilonewton, you have to assign at this junction, but actually this cursor is a beam cursor where the beam gets selected. So you have to change the cursor in the select menu. You can change the cursor by node cursor, select the load, select the node, and you can press assign to selected nodes. You can select assign yes. So at that location, 20 kilonewton force is acted in the x direction. Now select the next force, select the next node, and press assign to selected nodes, and then press assign yes. Actually, these arrows are very large, so we can give the scales to this arrow. Right click on the screen and go to the labels and select the scale. So that is the point force. I will approximately select 20 kilonewton per meter. So here I select apply and select OK. If you want to see the values, again right click on the screen, see the labels, and tick to the load values. You can select apply and OK. See here 20 kilonewton is acting at top and 40 kilonewton is acting at the mid. Okay, so loads are already assigned correctly. Now we will go to analysis only because you have to perform analysis. So that is go to analysis and press first analysis command. That modeling has been finished. Now the software can proceed for the analysis. So just click on add, that is no print option, and then go to run analysis. Save this tab. The analysis is going to be performed. StatPro should show 0 errors. So the error shown here, it is 0. Warning is also 0. So let us see the output file. Yes, this is the output file where you can have overview of the input also. So now go to the results. We will go see the results. Yes, this is the deflected shape. If you want to see the values here in the right, you can see the values of displacement, that is x, y, and z. Yes, you can see the sway occurred because there is only lateral force. You can see very less deflection in y direction is occurred at a node. Okay, so if we compare it, the nodal displacements here at node 2, node 3, node 5, node 6, these are very large as compared to the central displacement occurred at the beam. Okay, and also you can record the rotational displacements and translation displacement. So in the displacement in y direction are very less for at particular node because it is only a sway condition, that is for lateral loads, and here that is in the x direction it is major. Also we can check the bending moment mz. You can see the values in the annotate beam results. See the values of bending. You can see the maximum because if we find at end and midpoint, the values may not be visible at the screen. They will overlap. So here you can check the values of bending moment. There is a maximum bending moment occurred at the end. Okay, and also you can see the value of shear force diagram, axial force diagram. Okay, the shear in z direction will not get generated because it is a 2D diagram. So this is how you can perform the analysis on frame, that is for lateral loads. Okay, and you can verify the results by any one of the analysis method because this is not that much statically indeterminate structure. You can use moment distribution method, you can use Carney's method. So to find out the bending moments, to find out the values of displacement and to find out the values of rotations. Okay, so thank you for watching my video.